campaigning fiercely to the end. It's been a bitter fight. On the left stands the socialist incumbent José Sócrates, a seasoned politician, but viewed by critics as being responsible for Portugal's financial woes. To the centre-right is the Social Democrat leader Pedro Passos Coelho, a successful businessman with not much political experience, but leading fractionally in the polls. Despite the festive atmosphere, Portugal has little to celebrate. On the brink of bankruptcy, the country has been forced to take a bailout from the IMF and the European Union, spelling out hard times ahead. A fact that voters are all too aware of. Married couple Luis and Sandra Elias have been feeling the effects of the crisis. They have 3 children, and every month they're struggling to make ends meet. Luis is 50 years old. He works as a kitchen assistant. He earns $580 a month and feels that Portugal needs a change of leadership.
There
should be someone with more clout than the people who are in power. I even think Socrates had conviction with what he says, but he has some fault that I can't understand.
Sandra thinks otherwise. She's 34 years old and works as a receptionist, earning $620 a month. For her, these elections offer little hope of change. I asked her if she was worried about the future.
I think everything is getting worse. Everything will get worse. I think we will reach a new level of poverty, much worse than we have now, which will be impossible. For us, it is already impossible.
The sunshine this weekend may have inspired some to take a break and forget the country's gloomy prospects. But issues such as poverty and unemployment have become too large to ignore. When the financial crisis hit in 2008, Portugal's unemployment rate stood at 7.5%. 3 years on, and the country mired in recession, that number has now soared to nearly 12.5%. That's the most people out of work in 30 years. And the European Commission says it's going to get worse, with that number going up by 0.5% in 2012. That's when the austerity measures kick in.
What Portugal is facing is a deep recession, a severe economic downturn. It will have to take up a second bailout, and it will need all the support of Europe that it can get. And it has to stop thinking about itself.
Portugal's politicians may be engaged in a fight to win more votes. But the battle is just beginning. And it's up to the voters to decide who is best qualified to keep the country from sinking any further. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera, Lisbon.